Hi, I'm Linda Matthews, and in this video I'm sharing a preview of this month's bundle of printables that's now available in my Junk Journal Printables Club. If you want to know more about the Printables Club, you can find the link in the description below. This month's printable junk journal kit is titled Birdsong and includes 10 printable papers or junk journal pages and 5 pages of junk journal elements and ephemera. The printable pages can be used to make pages for your junk journals, or they can be used as tear sheets or collage sheets. You can print and use them just as they are, and if you're using a no-sew journal like mine, all you need to do is fold the page in half and crease it, then insert it into your journal. You can also use the pages, together with my digital border templates, to create quick and easy junk journal pages with decorative edges. These templates can be purchased separately in my online store. This month I've also included some fun expandable pockets. These pockets are easy to assemble and expand outwards so you can fit more in. To assemble the pockets, first make creases along the guidelines, then cut the pieces out. Press the bottom and the side tabs towards the back, then press the side tab extensions back out toward the edges. Apply some glue to the bottom tab and the side tab extensions. I'm using a tape runner, but you could use a strong craft glue or even double-sided tape. Press the bottom tab into position on the journal page, then the side tabs. There are lots of elements and ephemera included with this kit, including clip art, tags, labels, quote cards, and some vintage ephemera. As well as the 5 pages of clip art and ephemera, There are additional elements and shapes that you can make yourself using the templates that are included this month. These templates are easy to use, and you can create your own junk journal elements easily and effortlessly. To use the PDF templates, load your own papers, such as printable papers or scrapbook papers, into your printer, and print the PDF file. Make sure the page scaling option is set to none so that it prints at the correct size. Your PDF dialog box might be different to mine, but you'll have a similar setting. The templates also come in PNG format, and you can use these files with digital papers in a photo editing program such as Photoshop or Photoshop Elements or Canva. I'm using Affinity Photo. It's really easy to use these templates. Simply add a digital paper and move it to a layer underneath the template layer. You have a lot more design options using the PNG templates, and you can add different papers to different sections of the template. Just make sure to place the papers on a layer underneath the template and then position them wherever you want. I can see that some of these papers are overlapping the design elements, so to remedy that, add a layer mask and using a brush, mask out the bits that are overlapping. Once you're happy with the layout, you can save the file in the native file format so you can come back and edit it further if you want to, and then print it at a later time. Or you can just print it directly from your program. I've printed this set onto a piece of cardstock, and I'm now going to show you briefly how I use my new Brother scan and cut machine to cut out my junk journal printables. If you've ever wondered how the scan and cut works, it's truly easy and quite a time saver for cutting out small or intricate pieces. To start, first press the page onto the cutting mat. The mat is tacky, so the page won't move. Then load the mat into the machine. Then it's time to scan the page. This is done by pressing the scan option on the screen. I'm going to do a direct cut via the machine, so I don't need to save the file or transfer it to my computer. Once these settings are made, the machine scans the images and displays it on the screen. You can then frame the area to be cut. This is useful if you only want to cut a certain section of the scanned document, but I want to cut all the pieces on this page. Then the machine creates the cutting file and produces the outlines of the pieces to be cut. I can see that the cutting lines on this document are nice and clean and sharp, so I don't need to do any further editing. However, I am going to set the cutting line distance to minus 0.25 millimeters so that the cut is slightly contracted. This will ensure that there are no white edges showing after cutting. It happens on occasion that the cut is not quite 100% accurate, so changing this setting resolves that problem. Once the setup is complete, select the cutting option and then press Start. This blade is an auto blade and sets the depth automatically, so you don't need to worry about changing any blade settings. This is a very quiet machine, and to cut this page of elements only takes about a minute. I've been using the Silhouette Cameo cutting machine for many years, and I've only recently changed to the Scan and Cut. The main reason being that with the Cameo, I had to use software on my computer to set things up, and sometimes it could take quite a while to do that. And then there were sometimes issues with getting the machine to recognize the registration marks, and more often than not, it required several attempts to get the page cut. With the Scan and Cut, you can use the computer software if you want to, but there's really no need because all the setup is done within the machine settings. This means that there is a huge time-saving element using the Scan and Cut, which generally speaking only takes a few minutes from start to finish. So I've been really pleased with the way this machine works. There are sometimes issues with the scanning process because the machine needs a good contrast between the background and the cut image to get a clean cutting line. But when I'm designing my printables, I have found a workaround that still takes less time than messing about with the Cameo cutting machine. I'll do a more in-depth video at a later time. To remove the pieces, simply peel them off the mat. This mat is quite flexible, and I don't usually need any tools to remove the pieces. Just bend the mat and you can lift them right off. You can see that these pieces have been cut out nice and cleanly without any ragged edges, much better than cutting with a pair of scissors, and in only a few minutes.